Welcome back, puppies, to Barking Dogs Miniature Painting Video. Please like, share, and subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook, and you can support us on Patreon. Hello, it's Christian here with Barking Dogs Miniature Painting. Today we're going to be painting some toad eyes. I've already kind of got them blacked out there. So I just painted the orbs a solid black. And here I chose to use an ochre color. It's from the model color line. You could use a variety of colors. Toad eyes are actually very interesting in the sense that there's kind of a blend of colors. Some of them, the color literally matches their skin tone. Others of them, it's kind of a different contrast, like what I chose to go with here, where I chose to use the ochre, whereas I'm using greens and browns and kind of dirty yellows and off-whites and other parts of the miniature. But the paint scheme I went with these toads was inspired from looking at just images of a variety of toads online. I didn't paint them quite the colors of the toads that we have here in the Southwest where I live in Oklahoma, which are very much like the ones that I used to see up in Kansas as a kid growing up. They're a little more on the kind of tan and gray color side, a little less of the green. But I had some fun painting with these guys. So what you see me doing there, sorry for going off camera, is when it comes to painting the iris, you just basically want to put one nice stripe along the top. And then the bottom, you're going to come in and kind of do the same thing along the bottom, but you don't want the two sections that you're painting there to connect, because on toad eyes they just don't. Or if they do, the iris is folded in such a way that when you look at a toad's eye, it doesn't look like the bottom part of the iris actually connects to the top part of the iris. There's kind of a gap there. Now I went again with just a straight ochre here. I didn't do a whole lot to add colors to it, but again, from looking at pictures, you could go with a variety of schemes. So some of them, the irises were again just painted in the same color tones as their skin, and others of them they would be different, like this. They might be an ochre, but on closer examination you'd see hints of little reds or maybe browns inside the ochre. I didn't get that detailed here because again, these miniatures are just for me. They're just for my table. I do plan on getting a couple more toads down the line and painting them, in which case I'll probably go over skin tone. I probably will do something a little more involved with the irises. These toads are from Otherworld Miniatures, which I believe are based out of UK. You can find an American distributor on eBay who have very nice prices. In fact, actually the prices are the same. You just basically save the shipping and handling if you are located here in the United States. I'd advise looking around on eBay. And again, you can get them new. It's just a distributor here in the United States. I've done both. I've ordered them direct from Otherworld Miniatures out of the UK and ordered some through the eBay seller. I just can't think of her name right now. And it'll be fun. I could look it up and give it to you, but go on eBay, search around, have some fun with it. You might even find another distributor. Again, we just go in and paint the top here. We don't want it to connect to the bottom. We want there to be a slight gap between the top and bottom iris. And if you overpaint it, you can always touch it up with some black if you make it a little too thick. So I believe that's what I'm fixing to do here, is come in and touch it up a little bit. Yeah. These guys are a lot of fun to paint. I've got a lot of other miniatures to get through before I actually get a hold of the other sculpts of these toads from Otherworld. And again, it's pretty much kind of the same toad, same size, but he's just in a different position. There's one where he's sitting more upright, kind of on his, I don't want to say just, he's not reared back on his haunches, but he's just sitting upright, kind of the way a dog would sit. The way you might see toads actually naturally sitting, whereas this guy looks like he's more kind of crawling and moving. The other sculpts, he's more sitting upright, and it's going to be really, really interesting and fun to paint because he's got his mouth slightly open. You can see his frog tongue inside his mouth, so looking forward to getting around to that. And again, just going on the bottom here, much like we did the top. If you overpaint, it's no big deal. A little bit of black to touch it up, give you that center of the orb. Here at the end of the video, you'll get a better look at the toads and get to see them on their base and see the full paint job, because here I didn't actually have the skin completed. You want to be very careful because again, you don't want the irises to join right there. I like the way that that's turning out. It's kind of giving eyeballs some depth. And there you just see me going in and cleaning up in that little gap where the, I guess kind of the inner eyelid of the frog would kind of be attached. And there they are, finished on their bases. Now here I've already clear coated them and I hit them with a dull coat, but then I intentionally went over the eyes with a gloss. So the reflection you see is actually just the light reflecting off the gloss and not paint, because you can kind of fake that, go in and dot the iris and the pupil a little bit with a white dot of paint. But I did not go that far on these miniatures. And there they are, ready to swallow some PCs whole, man. Those are giant toads from other. If you like the work you saw in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm available for commissions at facebook.com, Barking Dogs Miniature Painting. You can also find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Barking Dog Studio. Patreon members get discounts on commissions and credit at the end of videos. Special thanks to the Clarks for their continued support. Bark on, puppies.